guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we will just do some straight lunging. So Hazel had been off for 3 weeks in total and it was time for us to get back to work. So as you can see, today is going to be a wild ride. Stay tuned. So watch this entire video to see how crazy and wild my horse can be sometimes. I know most of the time she looks poised and pretty much happy and content and just going along with the flow, but I must tell you that she is a thoroughbred and they do have a lot of energy. So as I was talking to one of my friends about Hazel and her energy level, we definitely think that it's just part of her, it's part of the breed. You really have to do a lot of energy management with that breed. It's a lovely breed. They put their heart out for you. They're always there for you, but you also have to do your due diligence and do the minimum for them, and sometimes it just requires a good lunging. So as you can see here, she is just going at it. I'm just not really asking her for anything, because usually when she is in that kind of mood, I know that we're not gonna have anything productive until all of that energy is out. So what I do is I just keep her on the lunge line, keep her in a circle, and I try to control the pace as well when I judge that it is too fast and it's dangerous or something like that. So that's something I control, but other than that, I just let her explode a bit like a bomb and just do whatever she wants for as long as it's safe. So one other member at the barn mentioned that she hasn't never seen the actual apparatus that Hazel has on currently, and she is on a cavesson, that's what it's called, and there is 3 rings at the front of the cavesson. So there's one on the left, one on the right, and one in the middle, and the one in the middle swivels and then allows for me to be able to control her, and also to keep a safe distance, just because she can change direction without affecting anything with the lunge line. You just got to keep the lunge line short for her not to step over it, but at least with the fact that it rotates and it pivots at the same time, you have a little bit more flexibility as to always keeping your hands on your horse, even though the horse might change direction on you or something like that. And I use the cavesson for different things. The first one is usually in cases like that, when I know she is a wild ball of energy, and then sometimes I'm gonna have a little bit of a harder time to just manage what she's doing. Sometimes she decides to change sides and things like that. So when she is a little bit rowdy like that, that's when I use the cavesson just by itself, just like that. I also use the cavesson with the 2 other rings on each side of her nose to act as a bridle sometimes when I'm using a Pessoa system. So that is definitely something that I love to do, and just give her that freedom. So as you can see here, I'm just trying to get Hazel to just turn around, and she's not really happy about it. It's just because she's been running in the same side for so long. So I'm just trying to get her to just turn around and run in the other direction. Sometimes I'm successful, sometimes I'm not. As you can see here, she is a wild ball of energy, and she's sometimes, yeah, she's like full of emotions. So I basically see my horse a bit like a parent would see their toddlers. So sometimes they do have meltdowns, sometimes they do have tantrums, and that's okay. You gotta let them just handle that emotion and go through with it, just in order for you to be able to manage them later. So what I'm doing with her here is I'm just letting her kind of just run it out, just let all that bucking, all that action through. And usually what happens after a good 20 minutes, in this case because it's been 3 weeks off, it's going to be a good half an hour, 20 minutes for her to just calm down. And as soon as I notice that she is a little bit calmer, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna probe a little bit and ask her to just trot for me, canter for me, walk, and do all those commands, and see if she is focused, if she's able to work, and such. And usually that just tells me like, okay, we're good, we've achieved what we wanted to do, the energy is out and her brain is able to focus once again. Yes, energy management definitely is something that is a bit time consuming. Sometimes you just want to hop and ride, but you always have to make sure that you're safe. And when I hear from someone that she's been rowdy, or she's like, you know, she's being spooky all of a sudden, or things like that, those are signs that she has bundled too much energy. She gets like a little bit more spooky, she would spook at anything, she's more aware of her surroundings, and that is in tune with the rider and such. And same when it comes to handling her outside. I mean, the paddock is not that far from the barn, but I would hate to hear that, you know, she pulled someone or dragged someone across the parking lot, and somebody, you know, got hurt or injured or whatever. So as an owner, it's definitely my duty to just make sure I can manage that energy and keep it to a minimum, or at least a good fair amount of workable energy. So as you can see here, she's already paying a little bit more attention to me than she did at the beginning. So even though she still has lots of energy, you can tell that it's coming to an end soon. One of the other signs that she shows when she's close to be ready is she comes to the middle. That's just tell me that she is like, she doesn't want to run anymore. She's like close to me. So what I'm doing at this time is I'm just pushing her and just asking her to actually finish what she started, because I know there's more energy in there. And as you can see, she can drag me a couple feet forward sometimes. And I just, you know, after 4 years, you just know what is good and what is not. But when I see that it's still not enough, I push her a little bit and just ask her to go forward. We do take breaks, you know, when I see that she's getting a little bit too riled up. It really helps to just give it a break, get refocused, get her to just relax a little bit and put her brain back in her skull there. And that just gives her a moment to kind of analyze too, that, you know, does she needs to go all the way crazy, or can she contain it, and just try to manage her energy that way. So here I'm asking her to go forward, and as you can see, she's already a little bit more balanced than she was at the beginning when she started, and she was just leaning all the way into the circle. Her canter is actually more managed, and she's not going to full out gallop like she was doing earlier. So see here what I was talking about with the cavesson. I can just get her to switch around, and I don't have to just switch the lunge line on either side, which is a time saver. I really like that tool for that. It's just you don't have to like unhook it, ask her to go, and such. So as you can see here, I am asking her to go forward and testing her limits here. But as you can see, she's almost done. She's like, "Mommy, I don't want to run anymore. I want to take a little bit of a break." So that's what I do. I try to do different things and get her to walk instead, or move sideways and things like that. So sometimes the lunge line does get tangled a little bit, so it's always good to just look and make sure that you have everything together, because if not, it can be fairly dangerous if you have the lunge line tangled, either on yourself or by itself. So it's really important to just make sure you're aware of the lunge line at all times. Make sure it's not dragging, because they change side, they change pace, so you really have to just keep up with that. And that's about it. Like I said, I just let her run to her heart's content the whole time, just until she calms down and that she's ready to work with me and cooperate a little bit. So here I'm just observing to her how she's handling herself. When I notice that it's not going according to what I'm looking for, I usually either make her change direction or make her change pace. So in this case, she was just being pretty good. It's just that she wasn't too balanced. I hate when she leans into the inside. It makes it nice for her because it's more aerodynamic. She can just go the way she wants, but it's just a little bit dangerous because sometimes she does catch her own leg by going a little crazy. So she would like catch her back leg with her front legs and such. So I have to just help her kind of recenter and try to stay as balanced as possible. So I just want to let you admire the power of a horse and how powerful she can be. You notice that she bucks quite a lot, and that's okay. That's just one way to just also get rid of all that energy. I just try to make sure that it's not too close to the wall and she would kick into it. As I've actually experienced a horse getting their legs stuck in the wall that way just by kicking it. So you want to make sure that she stays off the wall and make sure that it is a safe distance when she decides to buck. As you can see here, she's much more manageable. She is definitely calmed down quite a lot, and her gait's a little bit more balanced here, which is nice. She knows that she's free, she can do whatever she wants, but after a while of wild running, she's definitely calmed down quite a lot. And these are indications that she is actually almost ready to exit the arena and be done for the day. Obviously, I'm not going to be riding her right after that just because it's a lot of energy that she let out and I don't want her to be overworked either. So I just let her usually rest and we just go on with grooming and other things. So yeah, that's how I basically handle and manage her energy when she is like an energy ball, let's just call it like that. She just non-stop like twitching, showing signs of nervousness all of a sudden, and just the fact that I know she's being cooped up because it is cold outside, and and also she has been not in stall rest, but she's been in just in a little bit of a holiday, let's just call it like that, for the past 3 weeks with that mild lameness in the front. As you can see here, it's not showing at all, so we're on the right track. Thank you guys so much for joining us today in this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed the footage. It was a beautiful sunny day, and I just wanted to mention that thoroughbreds are beautiful horses, but they're meant to race, they're meant to run, and so you have to let them do that. That's just in their nature. So energy management is something that we do. I I do fairly frequently. I would say maybe once a month. I just let her kind of let all that energy out. She is currently being ridden 3 times a week, with one of them being a lesson. So she is doing pretty good regardless, but she's young and she has lots of energy, so that's how I handle it. So once again, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Bye for now.